Hey guys, Girls Barrel 2 Tips here, and today I'm going to talk a bit about entrance exam. I think it's pretty straightforward how to play this event. You go to setup and you start placing girls that you think you're going to use. So right now the meta, I've been playing a bit with alternative accounts, and I think pretty much in the meta game I'm going to need these girls, and that's it, only these girls. So what I'm going to do is set up each of these girls, so in any situation I'm going to need them, I can just place them in my team, so they are ready for matchups. So starting with Michael. Michael is not a standard, it's not a girl you're going to use that much, but it's nice to have her ready. So I'm going to use an HP enabler, and this one, Invisible Cloak, which gives damage reduction, HP and holy damage. If in any moment I use Michael, I want her to be as tanky as possible, but also her speed is really nice, so I don't think she needs a speed enable, so with HP should be enough. You don't want her to die that much. I'm going to use her on ESA1 Jacobs lineups, those cheesy lineups that pretty much I want her to die, so you deal a ton of damage, but that's not the main lineup I'm going to use. Then I'm using, I don't think it's necessarily a great resistance, but Michael does receive a lot of damage, so I want her to be as tanky as possible, okay? So I don't want this because she's immune to control, so that's not needed. So in this case I'm making Michael as tanky as possible, and she is decent at speed, so as long as the opponent doesn't have speed enables or a speed antique or a speed crystal, she's going to be doing her job, okay? But we are not focusing on Michael. Michael is not that good. In case of Phoenix got I'm not sure if that was a buff or nerf, but in some situations, if I want to go for a full angel lineup, I might need a Phoenix, and what I want from that Phoenix, I want her to CC the opponent as soon as possible, so I need her to be faster than the opponent, so I need her to have a speed crystal, an HP. I need her to be tanky, a bit tanky. Also, it's important, her damage, but I want her to survive. Also, I want a Fate Crystal because it gives energy, so she starts the battle by having her bar complete. Also gives HP and attack, this is really nice for her. Has her energy filled, so she immediately uses her active, and her actives stuns, and I want her to do that, to stun the opponents. So that's the reasoning from using Phoenix in any moment. And I want her to be fast as possible. It doesn't matter that much if she later dies, as soon as it's only important for her to be the fastest. So about damage, I won't expect her to make that much damage, because she's going to die. She most likely is going to die. So in that lineup, maybe crit resistance. I'm not sure. She's going to attack first, so she's not going to have less HP than the opponent, so doesn't have that much. It doesn't make sense to use this one, but I don't want her to die that easy, so I'm going to give her crit resistance. And in this case it's not necessarily, she's the only thing she can get in the meta game is petrified, so not much needed. And I think I should give her damage this time, but also I'm not using that much Phoenix, so I don't want to think that much about her. Maybe this. This doesn't look like she's going to make damage. She's not the one that is going to deal the damage. So you may argue that this build is bad, but I'm not really using Phoenix, so I'm not spending that much time figuring out which is better for her. But in case of Raphael is a tier 1 or tier 0 girl in this metagame, because in this event you're going to have a metagame, because as you can use everything and everybody can use everything, you're going to have some things that are going to show up more. So there are some teams that are pretty much set that you will encounter. So in the case of Raphael, she's a girl that you will always use in any lineup, even if you're not running a light and dark lineup. So why I'm going for attack, for a support? Because her healing depends on her attack, and I want her to pop her active, and this gives attack too and some HP, but energy. The important is energy, and I want her to pop her actives. And what does her active do? First, obviously deals damage, but increase attack by 30% and speed by 30 for 4 random allies for 3 rounds. So if you start the game by using her active, you're going to be in a great position, right? You're buffing your girls. That's why she's so good. So I want her to be tanky. No, I want her to die. I actually want her to deal as much damage as possible, so she heals more, but also to die. I don't want her to survive that much. I'm not interested in that. So I want her to deal damage and then die. So I'm using every damage enable except this one. I don't want her to get CC yet, so I'm using Baptism in this case. For her, I think Baptism is acceptable. So, next with Nephilim. Nephilim is obviously a girl you're going to use. This is along with Kratos, the go-to for you. So you want her to be as fast as possible. So you're using an HP speed, because you want her to be tanky also. You don't want her to get deleted by an opponent Kratos. So I'm using HP, and I want her to pop her active as fast as possible. So I'm using the Fate Crystal. Well, as the meta shifts, you may make the decision to change the crystals or change the antique you're using or the enables. That's totally normal, because if the meta shifts, if right now this is the best you can do with your girls, there is going to pop up some teams that it's going to do well against the meta team, right? So the meta is going to shift. So this is just the first day, and the first day I'm going to use an speed enable. I want her to outspeed, if possible, any other Nephilim. So I'm going to use an speed 1, which also gives a bit of HP and a bit of attack. Then I want her to resist crits. I don't want her to get critted to death. and also to heal, because with her you want her to survive, but you want her also to do something with her skills, because the value is in her skills. So then we are going with Amelia. Amelia is a great tech you can use in your team. The standard team, as you should have seen right now, are 2 Kratos, 2 Nephilims, a Raphael, and a Jacob. But Amelia is pretty nice because people is not using baptism, and also when she attacks, she drains energy. Basic attack has 75 chance to petrify target and reduce his energy. So why do I want to reduce energy? I don't want them to pop their actives, right? So what am I using with her? I want her to be as fast as possible to use her skill, but also want her to be tanky. I don't want her to die. So I want her to immediately, as soon as she can, to pop her active. So I'm going to use a Fate Crystal, because this is just for cheese. She's not a good girl, because she doesn't have crazy skills, but I want her to cheese, pretty much. So about the enables, I want her to be tanky, but I also want her to be fast. So I'm using that one. In this case also crit resistance, and I'm using Holy Blessing. I want her to survive as much rounds as possible. So maybe this one, I was using this one because that was recommended for the build, but I don't want her to. This is another option. You could choose this one if you think it's better, but I don't think I want the damage. I don't want the damage. I want her to survive. So I'm using this one, which gives 14 HP. Okay, so also making her tanky and fast. I want her to be tanky and fast. So I've tested this before. It does work, but it's not 100%. As you know, the battles are auto battles, so there is no 100% builds that will always work, right? So about Jacob, the standard build is giving her attack and then giving her the wings, which gives precision, attack, and skill damage. As you know, the skill damage of Jacob is incredible. So I also want her to be tanky. She's already fast. Look at this, she's really fast. So I want her just to be tanky. So I'm giving her HP increase, the regular HP increase. I don't need her to have baptism. As you know, she has a control immunity. She's not immune, but it's really hard to CC her. So she doesn't really need this. So I want her to be tanky. Just to be tanky and deal tons of damage. So she's pretty much a tank. Just like that. Here. Okay. So usually and this is Kratos. Okay, I think this is the last one from the team. So with Kratos, I want her to deal as much damage as possible. This is the one that is going to carry you. She is the one dealing the damage. So I want her maybe an attack, and I want her to have a thumb, which gives more attack, crit, and crit damage, crit percentage and crit damage. So I want her to be the one dealing the damage. And about the enables, I don't need her to be fast. Instead, it's even better that she's the last one attacking. And why is that? I want her to deal that much damage, and also this one. You deal 12% extra damage when attacking a target with a higher current percentage HP. So if she's the last one attacking, she's going to have less HP than the opponents. So I'm going to activate this one, and I don't want her to get CC yet, but also I want her to recover HP. I'm not sure. Maybe if I encounter a lineup when I need this one, I may consider using that, but right now I'm using this. So in the last one, the same. And attack, and Thorn. Okay, so the guns are set, and you're going to get this message down, and I'm going to first set my defense. You need to set your defense so when they attack you, you're going to have a defensive team. Your defensive team is not necessarily going to be the same one as the team you use for your fights. So I'm going to set up the lineup, and we are going to end up this video here. I'm going to use the standard lineup I've seen for defense. This is pretty much the standard lineup everybody's using. Is using a Kratos in the front to take the hits, and so she can pop her actives as soon as possible. Raphael also in the front. If she dies, is totally fine. Jacob on the back. She's really tanky, so it's not bad hurt to be right here. And the rest are the two Nephilims and Kratos in the back, who is your second damage dealer. And I'm going to put fight. So should you took this as granted? No, you shouldn't. Maybe I'm mistaken about how I'm maybe giving the Limit Break 3 perks. Maybe I'm using the wrong ones. Yeah, that may be possible. Also, maybe I'm not using the correct antique nor the crystal, but I think this is maybe a starting point. Could be a starting point for a lot of people. A lot of people isn't really understanding how this works, how this meta works. As you see, this is pretty much standard, and hope this helped you. Hope this gave you an idea of how should you approach this event. And well, hope you liked it, and till the next video.